Do you want to start fishing with the Ned Rig? If yes, stay tuned, because in this video I'm going to show you everything you need to know to start fishing with the Ned Rig. Let's go! Hey everyone, welcome back to this video. Today we are talking about the Ned Rig. It's an easy but highly effective finesse fishing technique. First, I will show you the material needed, then we will set it up together, and in the end I will share some tips how to effectively fish the Ned Rig. But first, a little history. The Ned Rig was made famous by the fisherman called Ned Rig, and he developed the super simple but effective Ned Rig. The idea was to have a small bait with subtle movement that could catch fish even if they don't want to bite, for example in winter. And of course, when a fishing technique works well, it spreads quickly. And I'm also wondering why there aren't more people fishing with the Ned Rig. But after watching this video, you'll be one of the people who use the Ned Rig. So what do you need for the Ned Rig? You need two things: a stand-up jig head. These jig heads are special because they are designed to stand on the bottom. They also come in very lightweight sizes, which are perfect for the Ned Rig, and a floating soft plastic. Commonly used are worms, creature baits or craws. And maybe, if you're using braid as main line, you should use a fluorocarbon leader in front of the Ned Rig. But if you are fishing fluorocarbon like I do on one of my bait casters, you don't need an extra leader. So now you know what material is needed to fish with the Ned Rig. Let's set it up. Take your jig head, line it up against the bait to see exactly where the hook point should exit. And then thread your bait onto the hook nice and straight. You want it to be perfectly straight to ensure natural movement underwater. Sometimes you need to do it a few times to get it right, but it gets easier every time you do it. Now let's connect the Ned Rig to the main line or the leader. You can use a swivel if you want to change baits or weights quicker. Otherwise you can tie it directly using a Palomar knot or uni knot. And that's it. You don't need more to fish with the Ned Rig. Now, before I give you the tips how to retrieve the Ned Rig, I will show you my favorite baits so that you know what works for me. It always depends on what fish you're targeting, but I think then you have an idea what could work and you don't need to start from zero. I really like the Z-Man finesse sheds for Ned Rig fishing or the Z-Man TRD. I also like the Nace nets or the Z-Man trick shots. And of course, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. These are simply my personal preferences. And now finally, I will give you some tips how to retrieve the Ned Rig, and I will also show you how the Ned Rig moves underwater. Maybe you already noticed it in between. For the Ned Rig, you want to be slow and subtle. My favorite ways to retrieve the Ned Rig are slow dragging. Just slowly pull it along the bottom, pause and pull it again. The second way are small hops. Gentle lifts of the rod tip to make the bait hop softly and then settle it back down. Give it pauses of around 5 to 10 seconds in between the hops. You can also combine it with the slow dragging, and you can also mix in the third retrieval method, shaking of the bait. You can slightly shake the rod tip in one place and make the Ned Rig move at the same spot. And that's great when the fish are very inactive or the water is cold. So remember, always be very subtle, very slow, and mix the three methods to be successful. Sometimes just the dragging brings your fish, sometimes only jumps, or sometimes you need to mix up all three methods to get any kind of fish. But I would also say the Ned Rig is a very successful fishing technique, so you should definitely try it out. If this video was helpful, leave a like and a comment, have fun fishing, and see you next time.